the Velvet Room, a space for an open conversation about Black love, marriage, religion, and generational wealth. Sit back and relax and be prepared for a real discussion and open conversation. Like and subscribe.
What's up?
What's going on?
It's showtime.
Building. Everybody.
How you doing today?
Wonderful. Great. Lovely day. Beautiful weather.
I'm feeling this music.
All right.
One thing I've never been listening to this before. Always been
Right.
there, over there, or up there. But it's good to be inside.
All right. Just waiting on Kim to come in right quick. So, after the holidays, what you guys have going on? Anything interesting the past week or so?
Well, let's see. Absolutely nothing. Just working with some clients on a few things, so just a little work is normal. About it.
Right.
Well, for me, I'm always thinking of something. This morning, about right after midnight, it's about 2,600 new houses out here where I stay. And I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna put together a caroling where we're gonna go around and sing. So I put it on Facebook, the community page, and about 50 people trying to sign up to go around singing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Right. Cool.
Make sure you
That
share
sounds
some
like
of
it.
that.
Anybody else have anything interesting that happened?
Yes,
Savvy.
yes. I released a cape line. And if you haven't
Cape?
seen that cape, it's on SavvyChicClothing.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. No, I can't put it in the chat. SavvyChicClothing.com. It's a nice
Nice.
cape.
You can't put it in
I won't say
the
about it.
chat.
Savvy Chic.
SavvyChicClothing.com.
Oh, somebody put that. Somebody find that link and put it in the comments.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Put that
And
in
also
Right.
share it in our comments that we have, our little private chat, so we can share it with other people on our page.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I'm gonna do.
Actually, send it to me. I could probably copy and put it on the screen.
There you go.
I'll just put it
There
in
you
the
go.
private chat.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you quick.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's the
Nice,
Twitter
okay.
fingers, you know.
We were sitting on top of it.
Somebody
She
gotta
was just
take
doing
your
it
line.
right.
I'm trying to figure out if they're gonna talk about it.
Okay. Is that price? The price is like Temu?
No.
No, I was just messing. That was just
It better not be.
It's not Temu
Any
quality.
more, right?
It's Savvy Chic quality.
Temu
So,
got
you
some
know.
good quality stuff now.
No comment.
Uh,
I'm not gonna bash anybody else's brand ever, but
Let me see if
it's
I
for
can
those who
find
want to step out.
There we
You
go.
know.
but I'm gonna go up there right after we get off this.
Yeah, get you a cape.
Yeah, but
it.
All right.
I was trying to get there.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's go find out what's been going on in the news. All right, give me 1 second to get set up. Okay, here we go.
And now it's time for the news. Hot topics. Yeah.
what's up, everybody? What's going on? It's me for the news this week. I got two things coming at you. And the first thing we're gonna talk about, y'all heard about T.I. and his son's something they got in the news where T.I. and his son was going back and forth and there was
UFC.
huh?
UFC.
Something like that. You know, I guess T.I. was making fun of his son, and his son he wasn't handling this. He was saying, I handle my business and this and that. Well, you know, they're supposed to be going to the club, you know, and T.I. was supposed to be a special guest. And him and his son, I guess T.I. ended up, you know, when they was going back and forth, T.I. put him in a choke hole or something of that nature. I'm quite sure, you know, again, they were probably just, you know, just having fun, but at the same time being serious at the same time. Where the club where they was getting ready to perform had changed the flyer, and the flyer was to promote, you know, them performing. But they changed the flyer to T.I. choking his son.
I saw that. And
so T.I., he wasn't having that. He went to the club and he told them, yo, that ain't cool. Y'all gonna do something. Y'all gonna change the flyer. It ain't gonna be no money. It ain't gonna be no beer. It ain't gonna be none of this going on until y'all change whatever needs to be changed. So he said, I don't know who you are, but you better recognize who I am. So at the end of the thing, you know, I guess although you and your children may have something, it's between y'all. It ain't for it to be publicized and be belittled. And I think he was standing by his son in that aspect. So I think y'all have heard about that.
Bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. Okay. All right. The second one coming to you. Y'all heard last week we talked about Michael B. Jordan, you know, promoting, you know, season 4 of Creed, right? Being the director. Where this week again, he's in the news. He allegedly crashes his blue Ferrari into a Kia. They don't know if he was driving, but it was a parked car. It was one.
That's a real hit at Kia, boy. That was a hit.
And they didn't give him a sobriety test or anything because they said it seemed like he was drinking alcohol or anything. So there's no police report that fault anyone. They don't even know who was driving really. So, but that person who got hit in the Kia probably is happy because they probably get them a Ferrari. But anyway,
no, I would.
Michael B. Jordan, I guess he got too excited about the director's role.
Gotcha.
So that's what's happening in the news. Nothing too much going on or whatnot, but I just want to bring you 2 things in the news. Hey, y'all, peace. Let's enjoy the show.
All right. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me we can go ahead and talk with the topic. I gotta make sure Kim gets in for something. Then.
Okay. You can take that off. Anthony, you can take that flyer off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. All right, so the topic of the day, 1 second, let me get it set up, is going to be top 3 reasons why a man should be a provider. Now, before we do this, I have a video I want to play. So I want y'all to give me an opinion about the video. This can kind of set this up, all right?
I want to see how this is going to lead into.
Here we go.
You should do 100. They say, no, I'm gonna do 50, but I'm still 100% a provider. How is that possible? A man is 100% provider. When he's unable to provide 100%, the woman picks up the slack.
Correct.
Now, the woman is not just picking up his slack, but doing hers. So she's picking up the slack of a man. That's 50%, right? Providing the woman. 50% nurturing. So she's 50% provider, 50% nurturer. Who picks up the slack of the woman? The child. Now the child is 50% a child and 50% a nurturer. Now the child is nurturing the siblings. Man, 50%. Woman, 100%. Child, 100%. So a man that's going 50% with his woman, it's like a man's not even there. Because if that man left, the woman would still be 50% provider, 50% nurturer. The child would still be 50% child, 50% nurturer. The man is the only one comfortable in that equation. And that's why he says, no, Yada, don't tell him the truth because I'm comfortable. I say, brothers, you should do 100. They say, no, I'm gonna do 50.
All right. So that was a topic. It's gonna be our topic for today. So
Hey,
what we're gonna do.
Hey,
Hey, Kim.
hey. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, are we missing somebody?
You got my face frowned up.
Stephanie.
All right. So check this out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the top. Kim, you at the top, and go from Houston to Eric, down to Sanaa, me, and Jimmy, and then Stephanie. All right. Now you guys can interject at any time if you feel like you got something to say. If no one says anything, you just move to the next person and just get started. All right. So here we go. Now, when they talk about men providing, Kim, what is your top 3 reasons why you think the man should be 100% providing, or do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't think that a man has to provide 100%. I would say if I had to put a percentage on it, I would probably say 80%. And then, the woman can be 20 or whatever, because I grew up where both my parents worked. They worked my entire life. Growing up, my dad always had maybe a couple of jobs. He had a 9 to 5 and he did his own thing, but so I would say he probably did like 80% of the bills, and my mom brought in maybe 20%. So I think as the helper, I think it's 80-20 would be cool. I wouldn't want him, if he wants to do 100%, I would let him do it. But it's not, it's not something that I require.
Nice. Okay.
So we just gonna jump right over past this whole conversation. This dude had his mathematics and
Come on.
Yeah, I was confused with that too. I was confused on that one. Like
I'm confused about his whole mathematics. And the reason why I say that is, what is considered 100%? Are we just talking about bills? Because to me, if he's working on the car, if he's putting gas in the car, or he go get an oil change, certain things men aren't even thought of that they may do sometimes. If he go get an oil change in the car, or put brakes on the car, or he take the family out to eat, is that considered 100%? And then he's supposed to take care of all the bills too? If he can, that's great. But in society today, I don't see how that really works. That's just me. I mean, I'm not saying 80%. I'm kind of like what Kim said. I mean, hey, a bulk of it, I think I really need to handle. But in today's society, it's a hard chance. It's hard to do 100% if you're trying to have something. Because everybody's not making 90, 80, 100,000 a year. But 2 people together can bring in 100,000 a year if they both making 50.
Right.
And you can be, and you can be decent. And if he's making 100 and she's making 40, that means we got 140,000 that we can both live very well on. So that's just my thought. I mean, I have no problem taking care of all the bills if I have it like that, and we can do that. But every guy out here is not making $100,000 a year. But people want a lifestyle that they live in, a lifestyle of $120,000 a year.
Right.
So should a man be 100%? I'm with her. I think the bulk of it, yeah, it should be my responsibility. She's doing the groceries and taking care of a few things. And if things get tight, hopefully I have a smart woman that I've been saving money on the side, that when we get to some tough times, she's got this over here. So that's just my thought.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
Shania? Oh, she done popped out.
No, I'm here. You said most of it right, except the part where you said the 140. So you have 100 and I have 140,000. So I meant
40. If I said 140, I meant 40.
So my 40 is my 40 and your 100 is our 100.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay.
You say that jokingly. You say that jokingly, but that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, but I'm kidding. I do believe that the woman should have some responsibility. I also think that the amount of the responsibility I'm gonna always say is something that they discuss amongst themselves, not this one standard that everyone should go by. What works for one group doesn't work for another group. Also, I think that she should be responsible for her stuff. So, for example, if she has a business and business has expenses, and she's like pouring into that, she should invest in that. If she has, car insurance, whatever have you, phone bill, she should pay those things. But as far as the general household responsibilities, things like that, I believe that primarily it should be on the person that wants to be the head of the household, which is in most cases the man of the house. If it doesn't work out that way, I think again, it should be what works for them. And I like what you said about having something tucked away, because hard times do come from time to time. Even if you do make over 6 figures, the more money you have, the more responsibilities you have, right? But I don't think that, again, it should just be this expectation going in, you have to do this, you have to do that. It should be talked about. It should absolutely be talked about.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. This is 2023, not 1980, not 1977, so forth and so on. Yes, back in the days, yes, 100%, whatever case may be. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a natural provider. I'm just natural. I open the doors, I do this, I do that, I cut the grass, I clean the house, I iron the clothes, I iron all the clothes, I fold the clothes, I wash the clothes. I am a natural provider. But just like each one of these boxes, each one of us has our own percentage of our relationship that's built within this each box that each one of us are in. Now, where that young man came up with this calculation from, who class was he in? Who came up with that a man supposed to be 100% provider, and then if he don't provide 100%, and the 50% provider and nurture, so forth and so on. No. When you go and get clothes, do you look for 100% polyester, 100% silk? No. Part of it is 40% this, 50% that, 10% that. Everybody got different clothes on. You wear your clothes how you want to wear your clothes.
Hold on. Wait a minute. What we talking about now?
Fashion. He went into fashion.
I'm
My
talking
kind
about
of conversation.
to this
He went from
percentage
boxes
thing.
to clothes to
This
good deals.
percentage thing is crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. For one, money has nothing to do with providing, in a sense, in a certain aspect. You can provide without having money. So I know we talk about money in the dollar sense, but to each his own as far as each box. Mine may be 100%. Next door may be 50-50. Next door may be 40-60. Hey, have the way both of y'all intend for it to be. That's y'all, that's them. Tell that young man, stay in his own box. That fits him, and that don't fit my box.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Somebody jump in there.
That's what I mean.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I think, like you said, it's 2023, and when it comes to provide, you should ask that question: what does it mean to provide? If you know, what I mean, if because everybody thinks it's supposed to be a certain thing, like you said, everybody thinks it's money. The guy makes this money, he should provide for everything, pay for everything. I think everybody should provide on their means of providing for each other. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship with each other, pick up the slack where it's down. You know, work with each other, no matter what it is. We should not be sitting there trying to do percentage. That means somebody's trying to be lazy as fuck. You know, plain and simple. We should be working together. That's how you build a bond between each other to build a better relationship. So that percentage thing, to me, a man should always strive to want to do better and provide for everything.
Right.
But if he can't at that moment in time, your girl that cares for you should be helping you out. You know, y'all should be discussing, communicating who should pick up who's slack. Or, you know what I mean? If you're slacking, help them out to support them to do better. It is what it is. Let's stop going against each other with that percentage thing. Y'all, it's 2023. Y'all want to be independent. Y'all want to be, so help out. Do your thing. You know what I mean?
So what is?
Well, I'm gonna say husband because I ain't no relationship.
Is she paying for his haircuts? Is she paying his car pay? Like, what is helping out?
But no, I don't think that's helping out.
If the man can't get a haircut and he need one, thanks, babe. You know what I'm saying? He can pay for his own haircut. It's not, that's what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to if we about to struggle, how we gonna work this out? Pretty much, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Ooh.
Well,
Oh,
folks,
God.
they're gonna sit down there. I'd rather struggle by myself.
Kim,
I see it all over
You
there.
better, hey, you know what? That's what I'm talking about.
We heard you.
You better talk.
I'm not- look,
You
I
better
can
say
start-
that.
Don't
But I
start.
can see it on your face. Because now, don't get me wrong. That may be if I'm taking care of the household and I'm doing what I can, and then hey, I took care of all the bills, everything's straight, and now I'm short and need a haircut. My girl got it. I get that.
No,
You know,
I ain't gonna be short if she got money. I ain't gonna be close to short no way.
Well,
I'm not
it-
gonna be close to short. We got just as much money as I got. Why should I be close to short and she close and she overspent?
but you're right.
My
But
cup
you're right.
runneth over, and mine's is half, and mine's is about empty. No, that ain't gonna happen.
But see,
But
but
see,
I'm-
that's
I'm-
why I gotta
I'm
be a
looking at-
wife to be doing all of that. I'm not doing that for no
Oh,
boyfriend.
she was at the last
Sorry.
week show. Oh, shucks.
I'm not doing it. Like it's my duty as a wife to make sure your needs are met. As a boyfriend, that is your duty.
It's
Well,
your duty.
when they say man,
What?
I'm looking at
Duty
women.
to what,
You
though?
want your
For
man
what?
so he can marry your ass.
No.
For what?
To me, the term man, when it says why a man should, to me, I don't even look at the word man. I'm just looking at 3 reasons why a husband should be 100%.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. That's what see, for some people, they treat relationships like husband and wife, and I don't do that.
Well, can I
That
ask
don't
a
make sense
question
to
then?
me.
What's the point
That
of
don't
having a
make
relationship then? What's the point?
The point of having a relationship is getting to know each other, not providing for each other.
Let's just meet somebody and marry. So we go right.
No.
So we can all
It's getting to know each other. It's
That
getting
was
to know each other. That's what it's for.
That
Yes.
wasn't a logical
You know you
statement.
don't cook, so I don't want to marry you. So bye-bye.
You know what?
That's fine.
I just-
Listen, I have been married before, and I know what 80% of a bad, 80-20, 80% bad, 20% good. Listen, if it's not 80% good and 20% bad, I don't want you anyway. So I'm good. I can do without it.
I get it.
Well, let me
You're
ask
not
you
married
this.
to a
You know,
0%.
have y'all ever thought about? I question everything first, right? So I'm thinking, like, where did we get this from? Like, where does it come from about the providing part? Because somewhere it started from somewhere, and I know where it came from. It came from the Bible, but at the same time, that the Bible never said nothing about money. It just said providing. The thing that we don't understand is that even though a man's supposed to provide, there's a difference between providing with things that you want and things you actually need. And I think in today's society, women want to make all the money, and they want the man to spend all the money on them too, and they want the man to pay all the bills. That's what it seems like mostly to me. So they can just spend money on all they want to do. And when you look at the equation, that's like, it's not even fair because that's all he's supposed to do. But there's other things for providing, I think, besides money, like, providing your woman with support. There's so many different things I think we don't look at the entire picture of the man. And he may be a little weak in some areas, but you can be weak in some areas too. But the providing part, we just keep putting money in it. The Bible never said nothing about money. Because you got to think about from day one, Adam didn't have no money. So what was he providing? He had to provide food and shelter. No, that man go out and get it, then that's all he needs to do. But in today's society, we want so much. And women get into a lot of debt because they see everything they see, they want to get it. Then expect for men to come along and be able to pay off all that stuff that they got themselves into.
Well, of course they didn't have money in the Bible, so we can't really compare Bible days to now because the dynamics of things have changed.
Where did we get the money part for us providing? Like, where did it come from?
Because you need money to live, and you need money.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
but there are also other stuff in the relationships that's going to cause the relationship to work besides the money. Because you look at
Right, it's not just about the money. I'm not saying that it's just about the money. I'm saying you need money to survive. That's what I'm saying.
Not just that.
Listen, look at Jada and Will, right? Listen, look at Jada and Will. The money is there, but yet they're still dysfunctional because the relationship part, it don't change. They're still doing the same thing with all the money, and they still got the same type of problems we all have.
I want to know who pays the bills in their relationship, though, because we haven't had that conversation yet. Number one. Number two, I think it starts from back when marriage was about ownership. If marriage was about ownership, he had to provide.
Well, that's because
provide what though?
At hand. The woman was
money. The woman didn't work. A lot of women didn't work, so he had to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
there were some jobs the women couldn't do. There were some jobs the women could do where the man had to do it. Therefore, the man was the ultimate provider. She was home taking care of the kids, cooking, whatever case may be. But now that roles has changed, 2023, it's a whole lot different now.
Well, that's why.
But men still talk about submission as if it hadn't changed.
I know that's right.
No, okay.
No,
because that's a tug of war right there.
Can we use the
No,
words
it's not,
properly?
because at the end of the day, y'all still expect the same thing out of men y'all did way back then. They haven't changed. But what hasn't changed is what men still want. I'm talking women in
Some
general.
women.
The things that men want, women are not willing to do the things like the women back then did, but they want the men to still do the same things that they did back then. It hasn't changed. The responsibility of what women spend for men have not changed.
As far as paying all the bills, what is it that a woman want a man to do nowadays and that he did back then?
Say it again now.
Other than paying all the bills.
Handle all the yard work.
They did everything.
Finding help to do around the house or whatever, about the car, about that, whatever needs to be done. That's what a man loves, when a man can take care of little odd ends here around the house, cars and things of that nature, be able to, tell a woman how beautiful she is and massage her feet and things of that nature.
Don't we both provide for each other? Like that's what I'm saying. Every conversation ends up everybody's attacking everybody because we're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to love each other and provide for each other. Just like if a man's providing security, a roof, you should be providing food for his belly. You should be providing him sexual needs. You should be providing just what each other needs.
And he should be providing her sexual needs.
You don't cook. Y'all should both be providing for each
other. Oh no, I cook for my husband. For my husband.
Right or wrong? Right or
husband.
Wrong? Provider?
Husband.
So you didn't provide attention to your boyfriend before he became your husband?
That has nothing to do with it. I'm not going to.
You didn't provide.
I'm not. It's not. That's a choice.
For him to make.
When you have boyfriends and girlfriends, it's a choice. It's not It's not a priority for you. It's a choice if you want to do it. But when you get married, it's your job to do it. That's your responsibility.
How did you get married?
Who got a question? Who else got a question?
You provided what that man needed to ask you to marry.
What you say, Anthony? Right? Go ahead, because I ain't listening to that. What you say?
No, you can answer mine because I'm the one talking.
Well, listen.
No, you're just gonna forget what I just said.
I didn't hear what you said.
I know because
me either.
What I said is, did you provide a certain something for the man to pick you to marry you?
Here's the difference. What I think, and I listened to the show last week. Here's the difference. I think when you're dating someone, you're going to do certain things. You're going to show them that when you're really trying to date them and get to know them, and you decide to be in a relationship, I'm gonna do certain things for you. Now, I'm not gonna be taking up your car payment as my fiance, as my girlfriend, but I might help put gas in your car and help you get your car fixed because I'm dating you. But I'm not gonna pay your rent. I'm not gonna take care of this, that, and the other. I'm not expecting you to cook for me every single night, but cook for me sometimes that I'm like, oh, I see she's got wifey material because she's cooking not to just get me, because that's what she does. And that's part of who she is. Now, over time, I'm expecting, when we get married, I want her to continue doing that and more. And that's what I think what she's saying is, I'm going to do that. but I can't give you all of the milk when you ain't bought the cow.
I get that part, but at the end of the day,
Why do we have to be cows? Let's start there, because I'm not. We come up with
the reason why I say that is just a
outside
statement
of
that they used to
livestock.
make back in the day. But see, that's the statement they used to make back in the day. As far as, you know, why pay for the milk when you can get the cow for free? They're just like, why drive a car, somebody else's car, if you ain't got to make no car payment on it? You're not gonna take care of it.
Let me ask the women this. Don't you guys still expect for a man, before y'all even say that you do, or you say you want to marry this guy, he's gonna have to show you husband material, is he not?
Of course.
When you really feel like, okay, this is the guy, I don't think that woman really gonna feel comfortable unless he show you that he is a husband type, and I don't think he's gonna limit to what he cannot do for you. And I think once you see that, you're like, you know what, this is a good guy. But I always think that if women expect that, then they have to give the same thing. That people want to see those things because it's a big decision. And women need to show that to a man, that she's wife material, and men need to show that to women. I mean, am I wrong?
I don't disagree, generally speaking, but in the sense that he has to pay all of his girlfriend's bills for her to know that he is able to be a provider, I think that's absurd. To think that she has to have plates made and all this other stuff for him to know that she's going to be a good wife, that's absurd. I mean, conversations can be had without giving up all the goods. She can see how he takes care of his finances without her having to be on his expense list, and vice versa. That's what I think. That's why I go back to, I think the conversations need to be had between the individuals, because expectations are what get people in trouble in the first place. You can set an expectation for something someone else has no idea is even on a thought in your mind, you know, and people are always going to be disappointed when it comes to that.
Right. I totally agree. I totally agree. If you don't have those effective conversations, and that's something that should take place, like Jay asked the question, and we went back to it, Jay, where Sanaa went to it. Do these conversations happen in relationship? If they don't happen, they should happen. Because why are you going to be in a relationship if you don't find out about a person? I mean, to me, besides when I was in high school and below, anything after that, I was in a relationship to want to get know a person and potentially want to marry them. I wasn't the type of person to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship. Because I felt as though if I'm gonna put my time and effort in this person, I want to know about you. I want to know if you good enough to have my children. You know, if you're good enough for me to close my eyes at night without wondering if you got a gun at my head. I mean, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with a crazy person just to be in a relationship with a crazy person. Get to know a person, be effective, communicate with one another, and you will find out all these things about a person.
I know. Look, Eric, I totally agree with you. I know where the guys are coming from because, so you know, from what I'm hearing and what I've seen in the dating world, it's like even dating, they want you a 5-star restaurant, they want this, they want that, and you're not even in a real relationship yet. You know, so they want some women want you to spend all this money before you even really get to know them. You know, so you know, a man taking care of all the bills, or 100, I ain't gonna say bills, just 100% be a 100% provider. It's really hard in this day and time to be 100% of anything, unless you just got it like that. And even if you got it like that, it's something I've heard women be complaining like he's not giving her 100%. But he's paying all the bills. He may be working late hours to make sure he take care of everything, but he's still slack on the fact he's not spending time with his woman. Right. So he still ain't providing. So there's got to be a happy balance. There's got to be a happy balance. Something. It's always going to be something. Yeah. And I don't know where we came with the title of money. You know, it's provider is what it is providing. Now, if you want a lot more, you know, a lot more, because see, if I'm only making $60,000 a year as a salary, I can't put you in a $300,000 house, but I can provide you with a nice house that may be $120,000.
Right.
I'm providing. But is that going to be enough for her? It depends on where her mindset is. Right. And some people are going to say, well, that means that ain't the right woman for you. And that might be true. But some women will end up by themselves because they have that mindset that they want this.
They'll be okay.
They'll be all right.
Okay. I promise they'll be
okay.
Okay.
Dogs, there's cats, there's sex.
It's not even about that. It's not even about that.
There's radio stations, there's all that stuff they need. They said they said that those are the things that they go to without a man, and that's why most of them alone doing that. So let it happen. That's what they want. Let them have the dog and the cat and the toys.
They'll be fine. There are a lot more women than men anyway.
Yeah,
some of us are gonna be alone. That's
why they're dating each other.
And I want y'all to that they're not all dating each other. Some of them are just some of them are fine with the fact that they have not come across someone who has the same values that they do. That's okay. If you are interested in playing for a team and all the teams scout you, but none of them are offering what you want, you're not going to play until somebody puts what you're looking for, or you're going to create your own lane and your own avenue. What I would love for people to stop doing is making it seem like it's such a horrible thing to not be in a relationship. A lot of these relationships are raggedy and falling apart and doomed from the start because people feel like they have to be with somebody. So they're getting in these situations, not having conversations, all these expectations, not even a good match for each other, and they don't last anyway.
Right.
It's okay to chill out if what's on the table does not work for you and what you need in your life. That is a-okay. I'm telling men and women that. Y'all stop rushing into BS because people have you expecting that you're supposed to be tied, locked down, all this other stuff. Neither one of y'all can bring anything to the table. That's okay.
Facts. And the thing is, you're more alone when you're in a marriage relationship and you feel alone than you are when you're single.
Mm-hmm.
That's worse. That's worse. You're married and you feel alone.
Yep.
So sometimes it's good, like Tanai said, just to be by yourself because get to know self. And I'm not looking for nobody to be like me. I'm looking for somebody who will compliment me.
Right.
And Anthony, what did David Mann say, Anthony, on his show that you shared? Remember, David Mann said, if you want, I'm gonna show you how to be get a good man.
It's the perfect mate. Yeah.
Write down everything that you want about this man. Everything that you want about this man. Write it down. And then they were like, ooh, yeah, we're gonna find out how you can get a good man. And then he said, write it down. And y'all got the list. Oh yeah. He said, now be the list.
Come on.
Be the list.
Come on now.
Be the list that you asking the man to do. Of course, there's some things that you won't be able to be because he, it's a man, female, gender type thing. But sometimes what he's getting at, stop asking for too much things that you can't really, you will never get. Buy, go look for a house and you tell me, is there a house built exactly how you want it? You're going to find something in there wrong with it. The problem is, can you live with more of the good and less of the bad?
Right. And you know what? I want to say this too. When it comes to the providing thing for me, I want to be with any female unless, if I am providing 100%, then her part of it is going to be the saving part. We got to, as a team, we got to have a plan. If she just spending money, that's not the deal for me. So we finna be in financial trouble. Ain't no way you gonna have me doing all of this.
And that's what I said earlier.
We still ain't really getting to work because nothing's been saved and we're not building a foundation. So that will be the plan. And if you're not that type of person that has that mindset that we can't be together, I don't care.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this. We're talking about man being a 100% provider. If a woman is making more than the man, not in a marriage yet, but she meets this guy that she really enjoys, and he's doing fine. How that can that work?
Can it? Will his ego allow it to?
Yeah. Some men's ego will allow it. But here's where the problem comes in with the ego. If he's still supposed to be man of the house, is it only because of finances? Or is he man of the house because it's like, we got this money that come in, he can help make these decisions. And as long as he's making some great decisions, will you be okay with that?
See, your math is wrong again. If I'm bringing in 100,000, you're bringing in 40,000.
Uh-huh.
We have 40,000 and I have 100,000. We talked about this. I don't know why we're still having this conversation. I'm kidding.
But
I think
you're not really kidding. You're 100%. You're not really kidding.
I'm kidding. I think it's important that we are clear on, in a marriage, everyone has input no matter what. So if she is making more, that doesn't automatically mean that he has no input. It doesn't automatically mean that he doesn't have value or worth in this relationship. But it does mean we have to be really intentional about that conversation. Well, hun, in what way are you motivated to make about the same or more than I do? I know also that a lot of women, feel a sense of dominance when our wallets are bigger, and I don't think that's right.
That's the problem. Yeah,
I don't necessarily think it's fair, especially not in a partnership. There's a lot of things we've been indoctrinated with when it comes to men and money, and that a man's worth is, in the size of his wallet, among other things. That's indoctrination, and we really have to work hard not to get caught up in that. You know what I mean? So
Let me,
that's a good one tonight.
Can I ask you this question? We are painting the picture as if every man's supposed to be the provider. A lot of men aren't built that way. They aren't built that way. Let me give you an example. If you look at basketball, can the center play all 5 positions? Supposed to be. Some may be able to, but they're not meant to be a point guard. They're not meant to. Some men can't fix things. Some men just not equipped to do that. Some men aren't equipped to have muscles, or whatever case may be. I think everybody is built different. So to put every man in a category as supposed to be a provider, I think is, in this sense, because God meant for it to be the head of the household in the marriage, and doesn't mean that you're stronger, you're faster, you're wiser. The woman is a whole lot wiser than the man. Doesn't mean that in his sense that she should be the head. He said, I'm going to bring you a help me. We needed help. So in this sense, again, every man is not built to be 100% man to provide all of this that women are looking for. I think when you look out there and you find somebody that can compliment you and make you happy, make you smile every day, tickle your bones, as some people say, whisper in my ear, or make the chills go across my body. That's what we need. We don't need, when we talk about money this and money that, look at the people in other countries. Look at how they're living. They're just as happy as can be, as long as they got family, as long as they got love, kindness. They ain't a bit more concerned about the money. Yes, they got the rice and corn every day, and they just as happy with that. And we over here with 5-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, 3-bedroom, whatever case may be, shelter, clothing, and transportation, and we as if we ain't got nothing.
Right. Yep. And you know what? And plus team. I look at kind of like basketball, Eric. Since you said that, but like Jordan Pippen, for example, there was some nights watching Michael Jordan that he was off, and Pippen was always there to pick up the points, and that's what a team is. It's not necessarily is I do half of this, you do half of this. Is each person jumps in and do whatever's needed without any questions asked. That's just not supposed to be.
And what happened when one get injured? And what happened when one get injured and can't play?
You got the person got to take the load. Yeah.
You gotta take his ass to the doctor. Listen.
He'll be back.
Y'all know I'm just talking. I want a nice hat, Jim. I want to be very clear on where I stand with that, because I don't mind being the one that is the deal closer, you know, or makes the connections or does the enterprising or all of that. But I don't want to be the person who, if my check was short, something is off, or, you know, we might get a foreclosure. I don't want that responsibility. I don't. And for me, it's because I've been independent for a very long time. So it wouldn't suit me to have to continue to do what I've been doing by myself. I don't like it. You know, I would prefer to clean the house, hang out with the young people, you know, do all the decorations, do the shopping. Sure, I'll rub your feet, as long as they don't stink, and contribute in the ways that we've discussed, but not as the primary contributor. I don't want to do that anymore. I just don't. And if I have to do that, I'd much rather do that alone. That's just where I stand. I think I was probably 12 or 13 when I first started earning. So yeah, I'm ready to chill. I am, and I can be honest about that.
And there's somebody out there for you.
But here's the thing. I appreciate what she said so much, because I run across a lot of women that feel just that way. They're ready to chill. And I think you should be able to. But what if that chill came with expectation? Not saying your expectations, yours, but things may have to change. I'm not sure of your conditioning, but there are some people that they still want to have all that in a 5-bedroom house instead of a 3-bedroom. They still want to have a Lexus and a Mercedes and a BMW outside instead of a Honda Accord and a nice, you know, maybe a small little SUV, and they can be completely happy. But some people want to still show that they're still doing so big when it is going to take 2 paychecks to do that. But if we can reduce things down, we can have a nice lifestyle. You can be happy, and I can go to work and come home, and hey, you got the groceries, I got the light bill, phone bill, and cable, because it's affordable. And instead of $4,000 a month, we might have a $2,000 a month house payment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I don't even want a $2,000 a month house payment. Let's work on those credit scores before we even talk about getting married to buy a house. Let's go in with the odds in our favor to begin with, because we already know that debt is in direct correlation with how much you're going to end up having to pay, whether it's an interest or just, you know, predatory practices. We know that. So if he doesn't know that, right, he's not the person for me. And if I don't know that, I don't have any business trying to be somebody else's responsibility anyway, right?
Right.
And I do understand that things have to, I mean, being single, there are times I may not get my nails or my hair or my this or my that done. So if I don't understand that by myself, right, then again, I don't need to be with somebody. And I go back to, these are conversations that you have ahead of time. You know, we're not always going to go out to eat. So maybe she needs to like to cook, or maybe he needs to like to cook, or maybe, you know, she doesn't always want to have to cook. So maybe she has to choose someone who doesn't mind cooking sometimes. And these conversations are 100% important. And there are books. I'm going to say this because a lot of people don't know this. There are books full of questions that you all can ask each other in the courting process. Ways to get to know what your person thinks about this.
The thing about it, now they're afraid to ask questions.
Yep. Because they're afraid to be alone.
Afraid to ask questions,
because they would rather go off that feeling and excitement and go in that bedroom
than the true
more
answer.
so than sit down and say, look, and I put Jim in this, instead of sitting down over that dinner that she just cooked and let's talk about where we're trying to go. You know, and I'm just joking about that because I might throw something on the grill. My wife, what we do, I'll throw some meat on the grill, she'll hook up them sides, and we'll sit down and eat.
Precisely.
And we'll do enough for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You know, but people don't do that anymore.
Right.
You know, you know, but that's where I think that the happy medium has to come. We've got to figure out how to come together and have this conversation. And like you said, you may not, if you don't get your nails done, I'm just using it as an example of what you said. If you don't get your nails done and your hair done, all, you know, on a regular basis because of certain things, when you get with a partner, he ought to be able to at least help you get that done a little more often. Now, I'm not saying he's going to take care of all the time, But that's that 100% where, you know, hey, I got you this week, babe. Next week when you get your nails done, I got you. Here you go. Hey, I put some gas in your car. And you be like, hey, babe, I took your clothes and I put them in the cleaners. Actually, I got us some tickets to a concert. You took care of that. To me, that's how you work together as a team to make that 100%.
Yeah, team.
I know some women that cut their husband's hair so he doesn't have to worry about going to the barber, and they get good at it just to help out with that expense, you know. I like what Jim was saying about people make it divisive. It doesn't have to be all of that.
True.
It doesn't have to be all that. Stop trying to meet somebody else's standard, and then you won't have these problems. Set y'all standards and stick to those. Now, if you said you were going to pay all the bills, and then all of a sudden, now that we're all locked in, you're looking at me like, honey, I didn't mean what I said. That's different.
Right.
That's different.
But you know what, though? Don't y'all think that, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I was gonna say, don't y'all think that money kind of complicates sometimes? I think at the end of the day, the money is the bottom line. But when you lead with it so much, it brings too much attention to it, I think.
Yes.
What do y'all think?
Yes.
Yeah. Energy goes where attention flows. That's facts.
Back to
the
conversation.
Bible even talks about that. The Bible even talks about the love of money is the root of all evil. It didn't say, you know, money was evil. It said the love of money.
Love of money,
was,
right.
And a lot of people say, hey, if you ain't got money, you ain't winning. What? What? How's that? If you ain't got money, you ain't winning. Where's your heart? I want to see your heart. I'm tired of looking at money. Matter of fact, I done had women that had money. I done had women that was beautiful. I done had women that had this, had a business, had a job, had this. Show me the inside of you. I want to see what your heart is like. I want to look inside your heart and see exactly what it's like. I want to look deep within you and see what your attitude is like. I want to see, can you withstand the kitchen when it gets hot? Do you get mad and you start throwing pots and pans? I want to look inside of you and see what's in you.
He's still looking.
He's still looking. Heart don't pay the bills, doggone it. I'm kidding. That's what you should do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Look at the money as being the forefront. Look at the heart as being the forefront. The money will follow.
Yeah.
But you know one thing I think a lot of women miss though. Y'all know one thing a lot of women miss, and you can really encourage this guy. You figure how to get to him, and you can really push him. But you really got to really know how to get this guy motivated. I think every guy has it in him. Some guys just got to be pushed. But
now let me say this. Because I see the look on Shania's face. I ain't got time to be pushing nobody. Now I feel like Shania might be wrong, but you know, am I wrong?
Listen.
Am I wrong?
I will give words of inspiration all day. But every adult on this planet is responsible for their happiness, their motivation, their sense of self-preservation. And if the only time you have the will and the drive to do better is when I say something to you, you're probably not the right person for me anyway. I'm very ambitious and very goal-oriented. You know what I mean? So a person who doesn't have that same aspiration, we're not going to match up. Now I'm taking away from my own ambitions to put into you, and so that something's lacking on my side now. That's not going to work.
Well, let's just say y'all do get in a relationship, right? And then later on down the line, you go through a depression state where you need to be motivated. Don't you expect for him to support you and encourage you in a time like that also?
Absolutely.
Right.
But that can't be an ongoing thing. At some point, I'm going to have to get what I need. I'm going to have to sit outside in the sun or get some vitamin D or something. That's my responsibility as a full-grown adult.
Vitamin D. I forgot to take my vitamin D.
You're so silly.
What happened?
I did.
I think Jim misses Kim.
You know what, Eric?
He's been quiet as she left. He got no fight. He stopped practicing like
I'm just listening.
He can't do that.
I'm just listening.
Oh, he went and got dapper for this conversation.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been in plenty of relationships, been married twice. I ain't afraid to say it because I enjoy the process. If I had to get remarried all over again, I'd do it all over again just the way it was. It's part of the process. But I'll tell you, each one of the people who I'm with, if we're in a relationship, we get married, if you want a job, that's up to you. You know, I should be in a comfortable state. This is just me, my relationship. But I expect for her to bring other things to the table if she's not working. But I do give her that choice whether or not she wants to work or not. But you're not gonna be lazy. You're gonna do other things that is gonna support the marriage, that is gonna support our dreams, our desires, our goals, and things of that nature. So, you know, if it means staying home with the kids because it's too much to put kids in school or in daycare, then yeah, stay home with the kids, watch the kids or whatnot. You know, we still get the bills paid, but at the same time, when I come home, the house shouldn't be dirty. You know, it should at least be food on the table, or whatever case may be. So I think it's a balance on what you both communicate to one another with to make the relationship enhance, just like Jay said.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with what Opulent Jade said about learning your person too. Because when you learn your person, you already know that this is where it's going, this is what's coming up. I know some people, man and woman, that when things get hard, that's it, they're out. She gets sick, he's gone. He gets sick, she's gone, whatever have you. And I am willing to bet that those conversations didn't happen in the beginning.
Right.
There was no plan. Somebody used to say going in, you should always have an exit strategy. And I don't disagree with that, because I think you should always have a plan for the what ifs. The what ifs happen. Y'all know they happen. Jobs leave the state and move somewhere else. Houses, trees fall on houses, right? Things you don't have any expectation of. The bank might sell, the loan. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Actually,
you think relationships have an exit strategy?
Yeah, you should consider the exit upon the entrance.
Isn't that all sabotaging your relationship already, though?
What'd you say, Jem?
If you have an exit strategy in a relationship, isn't that already sabotaging your relationship?
No, it's not from a perspective of sabotage. It's from a perspective of preparation. You know what I mean? You're not saying, okay, we're going to bail if blah, blah, blah. You are saying, let's have a plan for this, and this, so that if it ever comes to the point of us having to exit this relationship, we've covered all bases, we've tried all things. We didn't just turn into a bunch of strife and end up, leaving unamicably. We have considered all the possibilities. We've considered all the options. And now we both agree that this is not going to work.
Shouldn't that be a given at the beginning of the relationship, though? Like, if this so happened, we should actually proceed loving and liking each other the way we're supposed to. But if this happened, we should still be able to leave on good terms or talk civilly, whatever like that. That should be automatic instead of thinking if it don't work out, we need an extra strategy because I might not like you or things like that.
What I mean is this, okay? Let's talk about what's going to happen if, your job folds, honey, or, the plan was for you to be a stay-at-home dad, or the plan was for you to be a stay-at-home mom. But what's the plan for if you end up having to go back to work, or I end up having to go back to work, or whatever the case may be? If this plan that we have and the backup plan end up not working out, what's the decision for what's next? Do we decide to dissolve, the bills, dissolve the house, and go our separate ways? What is our goal? What's our plan? It might not even turn out that way. Things might change along the line, but at least putting it on the table, having the consideration for it. If I end up with some degenerative disease, let's come up with a plan for this, and this. And if this doesn't work, if it's no longer a marriage that's fulfilling based on what we decided in the beginning, what's the plan for what's next? Do we get a divorce and you pay for my caregiver? What does it look like? That's what I mean. And I think that's important because it keeps people from being blindsided.
So in other words, go ahead and pick out your casket,
all
dress, all of that, do your will and all of that. That way, when you do exit, there's something in place.
So what I keep forgetting that y'all talking about marriage and not regular relationship. I've never been married.
If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you're single.
I gotta stay out of this one.
You single. You're single if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
So listen, I think I see both sides when you say that though, and I think what you're saying makes logical sense. However, I do think that you're already kind of setting yourself up to fail. I think that if you go into it with doubt, because it doesn't mean you have some doubt, just in case it's in the back of your mind, just in case this doesn't. But if I go into it, I'm not even thinking, I'm going into it in the mindset of this has to work. I think that even if it doesn't work, just like anything else, when that stuff happens, you figured it out. And there's some things you just will not be prepared for anyway. You just have to figure it out when the time comes. But I think if you go into it, as soon as something happens, I think you easily go to plan B because you already got plan B ready, to me.
I respect your opinion. I think that we know that that things happen. We know for a fact that things happen.
I'm not saying you're
like
wrong.
you know, some people can't plan on the fly. You know what I mean? That thing might knock you off your feet, and you got to go consult the book. Like, you know, what we talked about this, what's the strategy? So while I do understand what you're saying about that failure mindset, I think it's more like preparation. Maybe because I was a Girl Scout when I was a kid. I don't know. Always be prepared is the motto.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, hey, you guys, we're at the end. And
no, already? Dang.
Already. We need to start making this an hour, 15 minutes. No.
We're going to the segment. We have to really squash it. So anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Go ahead, like, share, love the page. We'll be back next Sunday for another good topic. And hey, guys, it was good. I'll see you guys next week. Jimmy!
Later.
Step in the building. You got homesick.
Take care, y'all.
I'm still looking deep inside it.
You know what?
I want to look.